The OKC Thunder turned Bronny's 23 minutes into a nightmare on national TV. What happened on the court had fans questioning everything about those rotations.
So after the Kennard technical, Bronny pull up from 17. That's an air ball.
Got a little bit of everything done in those minutes.
Bronny had some trouble with turning the ball over at OKC last week, but again the other night he scored 5. Ando passes it up into the corner. Bronny, that's going to be James. Forced. Bronny is wide open on his way. 19-point disadvantage now for the Lake Show. Bronny, 20. Impressive, most impressive. Now Bronny's going to try to knock one down. It's just great balance.
Yeah.
But again, it's this side of the ball that will win them a championship if they're going to do it again.
The Oklahoma City Thunder didn't just beat the Lakers last night. They picked one player and made an example out of him that in 23 minutes. Bronny James had a rough game. He scored 4 points, hit 2 of 9 shots, missed all 5 of his three-pointers, and finished at -25 ±, meaning the Lakers were badly outscored while he was on the court. That's not just a bad night. It was a tough situation on a big stage against one of the best teams in the West. But the bigger question isn't just about his stats. It's about why he was in that position and whether he's really ready for consistent NBA minutes right now.
He's been getting, not having to travel with the G League team, only playing home games. You're getting preferential treatment. You couple that with the fact that a lot of people feel like the only reason he's on the team is because of his father. And then when you add on top of the fact that when he plays, he doesn't play well, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. So my prediction is this: if Bronny's going to continue to play,
the Lakers came into this game already badly shorthand. They were missing their top 4 main ball handlers, so the roster was stretched thin from the start. Because of that, the coaching decision was to try different lineups, even putting Drew Timm at point guard in an unusual role just to survive the matchup against a strong Oklahoma City team. Normally in that situation, you'd lean on your most reliable players and try to stay competitive. But instead, Bronny James ended up playing 23 minutes in a game where the Lakers needed every possible contribution. He finished with 4 points, shot 2 of 9, missed all 5 three-point attempts, and ended at -25 ±81 point. Jarred Vanderbilt, a proven NBA rotation player, was taken out while Bronny stayed on the floor. That decision raised eyebrows because Vanderbilt has experience and defensive value. While Bronny was struggling offensively, fans naturally questioned the rotation choices, especially in a game where every possession mattered. The bigger debate isn't just the performance itself, but why those minutes were distributed the way they were in such a high-pressure situation. Now the focus has shifted to Vanderbilt. He reacted, and suddenly he's being labeled as the problem, the one with attitude issues, the one not being a good teammate, and the one supposedly disrupting the locker room. But that framing avoids the real question. Instead of asking why Vanderbilt was taken out while Bronny continued to play heavy minutes in a difficult game, the conversation gets redirected toward blaming Vanderbilt's reaction. That's how the narrative moves away from roster decisions and back onto player behavior, instead of addressing the bigger issue of why those minutes were allocated that way in the first place.
Just a confluence of things. Again, it's nothing personal with him, but normal stuff from my end. I think for all of us, being undermanned, and we've got to scrap and claw. We've got to all be on the same page. We got to be great teammates. We got to all play hard. Call the timeout to get him out of the game, and he reacted. But again, normal interaction for me.
J.J. Redick addressed the Vanderbilt situation after the game. He talked about needing players who are fully committed, good teammates, and willing to compete and fight. He also said it was a combination of things that led to the decision. But one thing he didn't really explain was why Bronny James stayed on the floor for 23 minutes while struggling and finishing at -25. That's the part people are questioning. Instead, most of the attention has gone toward Vanderbilt's reaction, while Bronny's extended minutes and production are barely being discussed. And that's why some fans feel the conversation is flipped. Vanderbilt's response becomes the headline, while Bronny's performance becomes the footnote. even though the on-court impact is what actually shaped the game.
The reaction from people. And we want to put up a few posts here. We may put up stills. I'm not sure if we'll play the video, but we'll see. So one guy puts up a video, Bronny from the logo. And this video was posted today, and it got 2.2 million views, right? And you see Bronny taking a logo shot, and then he airballs the ball, right? Let me read through the comments. And one guy starts laughing. Another guy says, the slow-mo makes it look 10 times better than it really was. Another guy says, movement looked cool, just way off results. It just keeps going on. Another guy said, one-on-one, 1v1, can you beat Bronny? And it kept on going on. Another guy put up an emoji, Joel Tantrums. He's putting up the laughing emoji. The other one is a Carlton Banks emoji. Another guy says, he doesn't have dog in him. Another guy says, me watching like this. Another guy said, bro, you got to stop filling this little jigger head up. And that's just one post, right? That's the first post. Then we got the second post. This is
Let's go beyond the box score because it doesn't fully show what it looked like in real time. There was one play where Bronny got a completely wide open look at the basket. No defender, no pressure, just a clean, simple chance at the rim. It was the kind of shot any NBA player is expected to finish, but he missed it. He blew the layup, and moments like that are why people are reacting so strongly. Not just because of the stats, but because of the missed opportunities that stood out while watching the game unfold.
Some of them would say, well, you're only doing this because he's LeBron's son. Yeah, duh. Yeah, duh. He's guilty by proxy. There's some people that are not fans of LeBron, but that's with anybody. It's not just a LeBron thing. If another player of Michael Jordan's kids were playing in the NBA or had played in the NBA and they didn't have good highlights, of course LeBron fans would be making fun of Michael Jordan's kids. Who are we kidding here? Why are we acting like as if that wouldn't be the case? Y'all.
Then, after missing that open layup, Bronny reacted by putting his hands up for a moment instead of immediately getting back on defense. Meanwhile, Oklahoma City pushed the ball the other way and the Lakers were left scrambling in transition. There were also a few confusing moments on offense, including screens that didn't really connect or help create an advantage, which added to the overall struggle of the possession. On plays like that, the Thunder didn't even need to focus much attention on him, because the Lakers' own execution broke down before they could even get into their set offense.
Rob and I did not give Bronny anything. Bronny has earned this.
All of a sudden come out of nowhere and make something happen in preseason. I would imagine you've seen that over the course. If you don't have the ability to finish off your shot properly, it absolutely affects your ability to finish. Connect. Bronny James.
Last team standing against them. These two teams in front of us are on that short list.
In the college bowl is Bronny James.
He's got a great soul.
Finally figured out the Kuminga thing, didn't he?
Yeah, Kuminga went
Over the board and in. Connect, stops. Oh, Bronny.
The logo. The shooting from deep range was also part of the discussion. JJ Redick spoke about Rui Hachimura not fulfilling his role, and he was quickly pulled after an early timeout. But that raised questions for some fans about consistency. Why certain mistakes lead to immediate benching, while other struggles are treated more leniently at the same time. Bronny's long-range shot attempts, including deep logo-range threes, was still part of the rotation despite not falling. This created a comparison in people's minds. Rui was taken out quickly for mistakes, while Bronny was allowed to stay in and keep shooting. The comparison extended further when looking at the box score. Drew Tim finished with more points than Bronny in an emergency point guard role. Other players like development or bench pieces also ended up scoring more in limited opportunities. Because of that, some fans started questioning the consistency in decision-making and rotations during the game. And that's why the debate continues, whether the minutes, roles, and expectations are being applied evenly across the roster or not.